Hello and welcome to our special broadcast coming to you live from the Palakele International Stadium in Sri Lanka. It is mid-innings time. India won the toss, remember, and decided to bat first. And it's been a topsy-turvy innings, to say the least, as far as India's batting performance is concerned. They started on the back foot on the wrong note because losing some of their established batters, their star batters, and Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli very early. Shubman Gill also could not contribute much. Shreyas Iyer making a comeback also wasn't in terms of his runs contribution really good on the day. But Ishan Kishan, Hardik Pandya then saved the day for India and have now put India in with a position where they can fight for a victory here versus Pakistan. There was a late order collapse also. India could have been looking at somewhere close to 300 or thereabouts, but that wasn't to be. India have managed 266. They've not even batted their full quota of 50 overs, all out for 266. Would you believe it? The third highest scorer for India on the day with 16 runs was Jasprit Bumrah. That kind of sums up India's batting performance on the day. But still plenty to play for when it comes to this game, because it's only half time. It's only the mid-innings right now. Sunil Gavaskar joins us live on the broadcast. We'll get you the highlights in a short while from now. But Sunil, just to set things up, 266, what do you make of it? Below par, or you think par total, or you think India have got enough? Is it a fighting total?
Yes, they've got a good score on the board, no question about it. At one stage, it looked as if 220 would be difficult, but 266 is a very, very good score, because if they get early wickets, I know these are ifs and buts of the game. If they get early wickets, the pressure on Pakistan will certainly pile up, because then the 266 will look like almost 290, 300. So very important for the new ball bowlers to strike.
Okay, that's very well put there by Sunil Gavaskar, saying that, the pressure of a big game that always tells on team that is chasing, especially when it comes to a big encounter like India versus Pakistan. All right, we're coming to you live from Palakele. Let me quickly give you a bit of a weather update. It started to drizzle a bit as I come live to you from right next to the playing ground. This is in fact the compound of the stadium, and a bit of a drizzle has started right now, but it's not something to worry about, because this is not something that will ensure that the game does not start on time. So I think the game will start on time, so it's not something that you need to be worried about at the moment, but a slight drizzle, a lot of overcast conditions at the moment. It's a cloudy sky, so we'll have to wait and watch how the Indian bowlers then perform going forward. Now I'm sure all of you want to know about India's batting and especially those top Indian batters. Why did they not get to a good total versus Pakistan? We've got Sunil Gavaskar live with us. I'll throw those questions to him. But let me start with the ones that performed very well on the day, Sunil. Let's start with Ishan Kishan. He has only gotten some chance here to play because KL Rahul, the first choice keeper for India in ODIs, isn't fit at the moment. He still has a niggle. You think he's made good use of this opportunity and going forward could be now India's #1 wicket-keeper batter in ODI cricket?
Yes, I think what he showed was that an opening batter can bat anywhere down the order. It's not easy the other way around, where a middle order batter can come in and open the batting. It's not easy, but an opening batter can be accommodated anywhere down the order. And he brings a left-handed, dimension to the Indian batting lineup. If you look at the top four, they're all right-handers, and then the left-hander comes in, so it makes it a little bit difficult for the bowlers. Plus, he's got this great ability to accelerate. He looks very, 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 very small, but he packs a punch. He hit a couple of big sixes, and the way he batted really was impressive, because generally he likes to get after the bowling, but he was watchful when it was needed, recognized, realized what the situation was. There was, of course, Hardik Pandya at the other end, who's captained the Gujarat Titans, so he knows exactly what situation, how to adjust his game, and he was guiding him. So that was a very, very good partnership. Without that partnership, India would have barely reached 175 or 200.
Well, that's true. Now they've reached 266. I don't want to be critical of Ishan Kishan, but his dismissal, because from there on, things started to change a lot for the Indian team. I'm sure he was looking for 100, but that shot, it was clearly visible watching that particular shot from the stadium that was a shot of a tired batsman. Could he have done things differently? What do you do when you're starting to cramp up? It did seem like that he was cramping up. Was that the right approach? That because you're cramping up, you can't run too many singles, so let's go for a all-out aggressive approach, maybe get a few boundaries? Or you think no, sometime you bide your time, the cramp kind of recovers, and then you could have played a big inning. And then because at one point you were looking at 300 as well for India.
Yes, I mean you can if you want to nitpick, you can do that. But you've got to give credit to the young man for coming in a crisis situation and scoring 82 runs and having that partnership. I think if he was discomfited by some injury, it is only natural for him to think that because he cannot run fast between the wickets, he should be looking for the boundary. So that's totally understandable at all. So I wouldn't point a finger at him at all. I would just pat him on the back and say, well done to the young man.
Okay, what about Hardik Pandya's inning, Sai? For majority of the match, we thought that Ishan Kishan will end up as the highest run getter. He was dominating that inning. Actually came out at a time where India were in a soup. But from there on, Hardik Pandya very quietly got to his 50 and then accelerated. Now ends up as the highest scorer in this particular match. What did you make of his innings? Two shots really stand out. One against Shaheen Afridi, one against Haris Rauf. That jab that he has where he uses his wrist, just flat bats that ball to the boundary. Absolutely incredible.
Yes, I think again, no praise can be too high for the way Hardik Pandya shepherded Ishan Kishan through that partnership. And of course, scoring runs himself, hitting the boundaries, picking the ones and twos. And he showed that, in a crisis situation, to rise to the occasion. That was a terrific innings from Hardik Pandya. Got deceived by a very, very good slower delivery from Shaheen Afridi, and therefore the hand came off the bat handle, and he scooped a catch to extra cover. But what an innings and what a partnership! Again, fantastic.
Not taking anything away from these two batters, as Sunil Gavaskar just spoke about Hardik Pandya's inning, Ishan Kishan's inning. But Sunil, Pakistan's fielding didn't really help matters. Most occasion people have said you've got their top four batters out pretty early in the innings. You wouldn't allow any other team, big teams wouldn't allow any other team to get to 266. Pakistan allowed that. Was there shoddy fielding also a reason behind that?
I think apart from the fielding, the bowling changes didn't make any sense because if your three bowlers, the fast bowlers, have taken the early wickets, you want to keep at least one on going from one end. I know that you can't really bowl long overs, long spells, but one person could have been bowling from one end and Shadab or Mohammad Nawaz from the other end. I think that is where Pakistan missed a trick. And India will be saying a big thank you because that's what allowed the partnership to flourish. Because otherwise, if one of the bowlers had taken just that one wicket between Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya, then maybe India would have struggled to reach even 175 or 200.
Okay, Saima, now let's address the elephant in the room. The wickets of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, the two big guns that India has. I remember speaking to you right before the game started, and I spoke about that, bad 1.5 hour that sometime the Indian batting has, where you end up losing 2 or 3 of your big guns. And from there on, it's all downhill. This time you had rearguard action by Hardik Pandya and Ishan Kishan. But let's get to those two dismissals once again, because Saiva, it's happening quite often now. The ball coming in, whether it's Shaheen Afridi, whether it's Haris Rauf, and the Indian top guns are found wanting. What do you think is going wrong there? Saibhai, can you hear me?
Yes, I just think, that both the batters could have used their feet a lot better. There was a big gap between Rohit Sharma's bat and pad. And then, of course, Shreyas Iyer was unlucky. That was a cracking good shot, but it went straight to the fielder. If the fielder had been anywhere, 5 meters or to the right or left, it would have been a boundary, but that's how it is. And Shubman Gill, for some strange reason, looked very, very subdued. Didn't look as if he was playing his natural game. He seemed to be under some sort of uncertainty around him. And, that's why he didn't open his account for a long time. And then again, after that, he hardly looked the Shubman Gill that we know.
Saiva, is this now, because again we spoke about it, Is this now the big difference between the two teams? We've not had this Indian team or these top Indian guys play ODI cricket. In fact, they went to the West Indies but did not play those one-day games, played a few but batted very low down the order. So they've not been in the group. Pakistan, on the other hand, we've seen that have been playing regular one-day cricket. You think maybe a bit more game time just before a crucial game like this would have helped, because you're coming in a bit cold, and I'm specifically talking about Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli here.
Well, I mean, this is only the first game, so you don't expect everybody to start firing from the first game. And yes, I think this was a crucial game, big game, all right, no question about it. But I think they were out to put deliveries as well. While we can maybe say that they could have maybe gone a little more forward to the ball. The fact of the matter is that Shaheen Shah Afridi is a top class bowler, and he's capable of getting the wickets. But I do believe that the fact that they've been rested will actually turn out to be good for Indian cricket going forward, rather than have them a little bit tired when they come into two big events like the Asia Cup and the World Cup.
Okay, Saima, that's an interesting point to talk about, the bowling, and I wanted to touch upon that aspect. Sometimes we just look at the scores and then we are critical of a certain player. I know not good scores by Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, the top three. But then I'm going to look at those deliveries, especially, Shaheen Shah Afridi, the way he was bowling. Can you just tell us, the skill of that bowler, how tough it is to have that kind of a skill, and then how tough it is to face a bowler like that? Bowling 140 clicks, he keeps bowling the ball, which pitches there, goes outside, and then pitches one ball and brings it in. How tough it is to deal with something like that at that speed?
It is very tough. When you're playing a class attack like Pakistanis have, and you could see that Naseem Shah, though he didn't take the early wickets, was getting the ball to move quite appreciably, and which meant that that there were from both ends the pressure was on. And sometimes when the pressure is on from both ends, one bowler benefits. He gets the wickets, while the other bowler might, end up bowling, more dot balls, but not have wickets to show for his efforts. So I think it was a good partnership. And then Harish Rao also is somebody who can come in and put the pressure. So it is very tough on the batters. But again, I think it is too early to pass judgment on anybody. I do believe at this stage that we should look at the positives, that India got 266. That's a very, very good score, in my view. And unless Pakistan get off to a flying start, I think, they'll also have Pakistan will have a fight on its hands.
Okay, 266, as Sunil Gavaskar is saying, maybe too early to look at the Indian batting performance right now. Often they say, judge the pitch once both teams have batted. So let's wait for the other team to bat. 266, as Sunil Gavaskar is pointing out, is quite a competitive total at the moment. And there'll be the pressure that the Pakistan team will have to play under. Don't forget, their middle order, unlike India's middle order, is a bit brittle. So if Pakistan lose those top wickets, you may not see this kind of counter-attacking batting that you saw from the Indian team. Let me quickly give you some updates. Sunil Gavaskar, thank you so much for taking our time, Saima, and speaking to us. We'll, of course, have him back live after the game is done. We'll have a long, 1 hour long analysis on this India-Pakistan game, but that's going to come up after the game is over. Before I wrap up, a quick weather update. As you can probably see on your cameras, it is a bit of a drizzle happening right now. I can see under the lights rain falling, so covers have come out onto the ground. And you will not, if you're wondering why the players haven't come out to bat, that's because it's raining here at the moment and play will not start till this rain subsides. It's been raining for some time now. The good thing here on this ground is that they've got covers to cover the entire ground. So because of the rain, the second inning has been delayed. Once the rain subsides, then you will have the Pakistani batters come out. But just going by my past experience of the last 2 days, it does not rain here for very long. So that maybe could be some sort of good news, and you will get to see some sort of cricket. May not be the entire 50 overs, maybe a shortened game, maybe a game decided on Duckworth-Lewis, but you will certainly get to see a game in a short while from now. For all the updates, do tune in to Sports Today, our digital platform. We'll keep having those live updates about the rain if you want to know. For the moment, this is Nikhil Naz signing off. We're coming to you live from the Palakkale International Stadium in Sri Lanka. Bye-bye for now.